Co. Knitting and Crochet podcast. My name is Maggie and this is my space where I love to chat all things yarn. I hope you have all been doing so well. It has been quite some time since I've been on here to chat about what I'm making, so let's get cozy, let's get into it. I don't think I've been in this space for quite a few months. To be honest, my creative mojo just tanked so hard over the last few months, and I am finally now diving deep back into my creative mojo, knitting, sock knitting, yarn dyeing, and I'm so excited to share what I got going on with you today. So I have a couple finished projects, two pairs of socks that I finished. It took me a very long time to finish because my sock knitting mojo was just very non-existent. And then once summer hit and seeing all the hype of everybody else's summer sock knitting, I was super inspired and I dove back into it. I have two pairs of finished socks. These took me a long time to finish. I cast these on in the spring. Honestly, I can't remember if it was March or April that I cast these on, and they took me quite some time to finish. All right, here's my first finished pair. So this was a spring colorway that I had on my yarn shop in spring of last year, I believe, spring of 2025, and this colorway is called Spring Chicks, and it's this super yummy buttery yellow with pink and purple specks. This is not a colorway that I still have available. I had one skein left that's been sitting in my inventory and I've been dying to knit with it, so I thought I would knit myself a fun pair of spring socks. And I just did just a shorty pair. I love to make shorty socks in the warmer months, so like spring and summer. So yeah, if you're new here, I usually knit all of my socks on 2.25 ChowGoo 9-inch circular needles, and I never have counts for my socks. I usually just always cast on, for myself, I cast on 64 stitches, and depending on my mood, if I want to do shorty socks, if I want to do long socks, I just eyeball the length of the cuff and the length of the leg area, and I will just knit a tube and then I'll go back and put an afterthought heel in. My method is not super detailed, but it works for me and that's kind of what I stick with. If I am knitting a pair of socks for somebody else, I'll ask for their shoe size and I'll kind of gauge like what my cast on number should be and the length of the whole sock. Usually if I'm making gifts, I tend to do a longer foot or longer leg for that person, but I do love making shorty socks. So yeah, that's my first finished pair. Okay, my next finished pair are these opal socks. Now, I will say you have probably seen the sock yarn before. I ordered this opal yarn off of Etsy years ago, and I started to knit a sock with it. It might have been 2023, 2024, and I tried the magic loop method. I have tried the magic loop method for knitting socks so many times, and I feel like every time I've tried, I've talked about it, and it just does not work out for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but anyways, so that sock that I was working on with the magic loop, I frogged it and rewound the yarn, and it's been sitting on my shelf. And then I finally decided to pull these back out. I probably talked about this maybe earlier in the year, I don't remember. I did not go back to look to see what projects I even shared the last time I sat down, but I cast these on in March because my husband and I, our anniversary is in March, and we went to the Stardew Valley Symphony Orchestra for our wedding anniversary, and this color, if you are familiar with Stardew Valley, the video game, this colorway reminded me of Ginger Island, which is a area on the map that you go to in the video game, and it's very tropical like, and I just thought it was perfect. So I cast these on that weekend that we went to that, and these have just been, that was March, and I just finished the second sock I think last week. So it's been slow, but I'm so happy to finally have these finished. I think they are so much fun. I do not have the color lot for these, but if you are looking at opal yarn on like Etsy or whatever, there was a parrot on the picture. Yeah, these are so much fun. I love opal sock yarn so much. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it many times. And yeah, I'm so happy these are done. I'm trying to decide if I would like to give these as a gift or if I want to keep these for myself. I'm not sure yet. So I've kind of like accumulated a little sock pile here. And I feel like I'm at a place with my hand knit socks that I have so many for myself. I have so many that they have replaced my normal socks. Like I still have a couple pairs of like your normal cotton socks, but I have more hand knit socks than I do just like regular store-bought cotton socks. So with that being said, I feel like I'm really in a place where I'm probably still gonna knit myself socks, like who am I kidding, but probably not as much. And I would just love to start either putting them on my shop available to sell or just gifting them, because I still want to knit socks all the time, but my stash is getting a little out of control. So these might end up as gifts. I might throw them on my Etsy shop if somebody would be interested in buying a pair of finished socks. Yeah, so those are the only things that I have finished in like 3-4 months, I think. I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed a pattern with myself, like the end of winter going, like the long drawn out winter, like February through April, I feel like my creative mojo just like is non-existent. And that's okay too. I think I just need to learn that when my body's saying like give it a break, I need to give it a break, and that's okay too. But it does feel so good to have my creative juices back and to sit down and chat with you. So let me show you what my works in progress look like. I have a couple pairs of socks and I have a shawl that I'm working on. So I'm going to show you the shawl, and I'm almost finished with it. I have really been enjoying mini skeins lately, and I have a couple mini skein sets in my shop. And let me show you this shawl that I was working on. You might, if you've been here a while, this shawl might look kind of familiar. It is a pattern that I've already knit before, and this is the mini skein shawl pattern on Ravelry. I cannot think of the designer's name, but I will put them on here on the screen. This pattern is so simple, so easy, and the most perfect for a mini 5 skein mini set. That was a mouthful. So I have this mini skein set, and it comes with 5 20-gram minis, and the colorway is inspired by the Agatar series, the Prithian Quartz. So I chose 5 colors, and I'll just go by with what I started. So this is going to be the Spring Court. It's this beautiful green with pink and like some pops of neon green. I love this color so much, I thought about making it a full skein. It's just so pretty. And then we have the Summer Court, so it's gonna be like this really beautiful light blue with some dark specks, and there's some like sandy colors in there. And then of course we're gonna have the Autumn Court, which are these really beautiful autumn burgundies and orange golds. And then we move into the Winter Court, which is this very icy gray and white with some specks of blue. And then the last color is going to be the Night Court. So it's just this really beautiful like blue, different hues of blue and purple kind of tonal color. So yeah, this pattern, it is a paid for pattern. I can't think off the top of my head how much it costs. It might be like $3 US. I have knit the shawl before using my Harry Potter Wizard Suites mini skein set, and this pattern is so easy. It's just, you're just knitting garter stitch and then you're increasing and decreasing at the ends, and it's just such an easy pattern. And I've really been enjoying like the mini skeins, and now I want to dye all the mini skeins and then just make all of these mini skein shawls. So I know some people with shawls like more of like a coordinating color palette, and I know this color palette isn't very cohesive, but I think knit up, it's color blocked. It's so much fun, and like I love something that also has like a meaning to it. And I love the ACOTAR series so much, and so this colorway, I'm going to enjoy it. I have thought about giving this away to someone. I also have thought of keeping it for myself. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna finish it and block it and see how I feel. I've gotten lots of compliments on it from friends, so I'll probably just end up giving it away, to be honest. But this is such a potato chippy pattern. I love, like, I feel like the first color goes by so quick, and then I'm like so eager to see how it works up, and then so eager to get to the next color and see how the colors look together. So yeah, I really love this pattern. I highly recommend. I think I only have one more Prithian set in my shop, and like I said, it's going to come with 5 20-gram mini skeins, and all of the each 20 gram is going to equal to about 87 yards. Definitely recommend this pattern if you have mini skeins from like Advent, or if you get sock sets and maybe you don't like the mini and you have a collection of minis. I highly suggest this pattern. Super easy to knit, a very mindless knitting pattern, but it comes out beautiful. I should have brought actually I might have my wizard shawl. Let me pull that out so I can show you what it looks. Okay, I have a stack of shawls with me. I just did a vending market event last Sunday, which was a lot of fun. So I pulled out all my shawls to I like to showcase and I like to showcase and have sample pieces for the yarn. So if you remember, this was the Wizard Treats shawl. It's the same one I'm knitting now. This was with the Wizard Treats set. And it's such like a delicate shawl, and I feel like you can wear it so many different ways. And I did not block this. I definitely need to. I might not need to, I don't know. But you can wear it. I wore this a lot over the winter, and it's so perfect with like just a neutral solid color, and then you get like this pop of color. So you can wear it like this, you can wear it like a scarf. You can wear it so many different ways. You could use it as a summer sarong. Like a sarong is like one of those things you tie. I made one last year. Actually, I have it here. Let me show you. This is perfect to show you how cute mini skeins can be, and I know I've shown this before. This was the sarong that I crocheted last year using the watermelon pop mini skein set that I actually still have some left on my shop that I threw up there for the summer. And this was a crochet shawl pattern, but last year I used it as a sarong to tie it around my bathing suit, and it was so cute. So I don't know why I feel like maybe I'm in my shawl era. I don't know. I still love socks. I think I'll always love socks, but I feel like I'm craving a little something different. And shawls, I feel like have been scratching that itch because they're mindless. And so if you have any of your favorite shawl patterns, I might have asked this in previous videos, I would love to hear what they are, because I think I might be in my shawl era. I'm not sure. This one you've definitely seen before. This was I think this was called like the 1-row crescent shawl, and it's made with 100-gram skein of yarn, and it is beautiful. It is another super easy pattern to knit. I did not block this, so it's all like curly, and it's also just like a shawlette, I guess you could say. I definitely need to block this because it's, and now that I'm pulling these out, now I want to cast on a new shawl. A new shawl. I cast on this shawl, another one of these, I think it was like mid-winter. I haven't touched it, so I'm not even going to pull that out. But this is also a very good pattern. This is also a paid for pattern on Ravelry. It might only be like $2 US or something like that. So if you're looking for very simple shawl patterns that you can use up 100 gram skein or mini skeins, I highly suggest these two. I will definitely be sure to link them so you can check them out on Ravelry. And that is the only shawls that I'm working on right now. All right, let's get into the goodness of socks. I have a couple sock whips. Let's go with this pair. I don't remember if you guys have seen this colorway or not. I am on the toe. I'm closing the toe right now on this sock. This was a colorway I had in, it was either April or March, and this colorway was called Enchanted Woods. It's, oh, I love this colorway so much. The colors are just dreamy and whimsical. Yeah, I just think of like a lit, whimsical fantasy forest. That's what this was inspired by, because I feel like earlier this year I was so into reading, and yeah, I was just really into like the fantasy world, and so that's what this was created from. So this is the first sock. It's going to be an ankle sock, and yeah, I'm on the toe. All right, that is going to be the first one. This next one, oh, I guess I could show you my project bags. This is, I have a lot of these in some summer bags, but I have this cute little summer popsicle bag. I got this off at Etsy years ago. And the next sock I have in this Harry Potter sock bag. This was a sock bag from, I think, Amelia Joy. I think. I'll have to double check these bags, and I can, most of them I think are from Etsy, so I'm sure I could go back and find them. But in this one, I have this really pretty pink sock yarn by, I think I saved the tag. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the Dream in Color Pop-Up Club Smooshy Cashmere, and the colorway is called Fighting. November 2023. So I think this must have been like a pop-up event colorway. And I got this at a yarn shop that's about 45 minutes from me. Anyways, it's this real, I don't have much done. I've like barely touched this one. But look how pretty that is. It's very like, it reminds me, I always compare things to Molly Weasley, but Molly Weasley from Harry Potter is such a vibe, and some things that I see just remind me of her and like her aesthetic and like just that very homey, cozy look, and that's what that reminds me of. And I have my little s'mores charm, and then I'm just using this mini that I dyed up. I think when I first started dyeing yarn, of course I had like a lot of practice dyes, so this was just a mini that I had, and I thought it paired well together. So yeah, this is also going to be a shorty sock. I have not touched this very much because I just get distracted, and there's other colors that I am like, socks that keep my attention more than others, and I feel like this one's has not been that, but I'll get through it. All right, this next one is a lot of fun. I have it housed in this Robin Nest Knits summer bag. I love this bag so much. It holds so much yarn. So I am making my first pair of scrappy socks. I have never knit scrappy socks before, and I see them everywhere all the time, and I also have a lot of scrap yarn, but I wanted to make it a little fun. So, and I did not come up with this idea. I've seen it before on the interwebs. I am using a D&D dice, and I am rolling the dice, and whatever the number lands on is the color that I am knitting. First, let me show you the sock, I guess. So here's the scrappy sock. I made a lot of progress because it's a lot of fun to roll a dice. So yeah, I'm just rolling. This is going to be, I don't know much about D&D or D&D dice. I have a set that I bought because I thought they were pretty, these pink ones. But there's gonna be, I think 9 is the highest number on here, or 10. 10. There's 10 sides on the dice, and then I made a list and I wrote down all of the, I'm just going to show you, those are all the colors. So I made a list, I wrote all the colors down and numbered it 1 through 10, and then whatever I roll, that's the color that I chose. So these are a lot of fun. I haven't worked on them for a little bit, but there's something about rolling a dice that picks your color for you. That's a lot of fun. And this color right here, this pink with like the purple speckles, is my favorite. And a fun fact, this was the very first color that I dyed for my shop, and it's just like this hot fuchsia with pink. And sometimes I'm like, do I need to bring this back? Do I need this in a full skein? And I might. So yeah, I have just a bunch of sock yarn scraps from over the years that I'm adding in. And yeah, if you have scraps that you're looking to get rid of, but you can't motivate yourself to do something with them, this was a good motivator. It's fun. I had my husband roll the dice for me one time. That was fun. So, oh, and I dropped it. So yeah, I call those my D&D socks. So that's a lot of fun. All right, I have 1 pair of socks left. And this one I'm very excited about because it's a new colorway that I have in the shop. All right, so this is a new colorway, and it's called Pajama Party. And it's this very fun, like navy blue with some like lilac-y purple with some specks of pink and yellow. And then it comes with a hot pink mini. So it's going to be 100-gram full skein and a 20-gram mini. And I cast this on yesterday, and I am already flying through it. I love this colorway so much. I don't know, it's just fun, and it kind of gives me like 90s summer vibes a little bit, I guess. Yeah, this is going to be a longer sock. I think I'm keeping these for myself. We'll see. If I'm knitting them and somebody really loves them, they might get them, but we'll see. Yeah, this colorway is so much fun. This color's on the shop. I just threw it up on the shop at the beginning of this week, so that's up there. Let's see. Oh, let's chat a little shop update. I'll show you some colors that I have available on the shop. All right, here's the next colorway that's on the shop. This one, I have not gotten to knit this one up yet. I probably will soon. So this one is called Summer Thunder, and it's inspired by just like a cozy, moody summer thunderstorm. So it's gonna be this dark navy, there's gray, and there's some pops of green in there that I was going for, like foresty a little bit. And then it's gonna come with this 20-gram mini skein. Perfect for a sock set, or if you just want to use the 100-gram for something, of course. So that's in there. And then I have some more mini skein sets that I wanted to show you. We have a Pride mini skein set. It's just going to be full rainbow colors. So it's going to be 6 20-gram mini skeins. I thought about knitting one of those mini skein shawls up with this, or possibly holding, like doing a neutral color, maybe even like a bare yarn, and holding it with these minis and making a Pride shawl. That could be really pretty. So these are in the shop. Let's see, I also have a couple of the watermelon pop mini skein sets. This was the shawl that I showed you that I crocheted, so it's going to be watermelon inspired. Super fun, super bright. I feel like this could be so fun to add to just like a blanket or something. Yeah, super fun summery color. And then I still have the Scrubs mini skein set. I also thought about knitting up a mini skein shawl. I started a pair of socks with these and I have not touched them. I think I got maybe this much done, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling inspired to work on it. I love Scrubs and I love this colorway so much. I don't know if I've even shown this colorway on here or even talked about it, but a huge Scrubs fan. And then the reboot came out in February or March, I can't remember, or maybe it was in January, I can't remember. But anyway, so I wanted to do a mini skein set, and the colors are inspired by the characters. So we have JD, Turk, Elliot, the janitor, and Carla. So that's where that inspiration came from. But yeah, this might even be a cool like striped hat. Like if you did a Musselburgh hat with these, that could be really pretty. I might make a shawl with these instead of socks. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, those are still in the shop. I think I also had some other out of the vault colorways that I threw up there. There was like 1 or 2 skeins left maybe of some of them, so if that's something you're interested in. As far as projects go, that's all I've been working on. I still have my Oracle deck sweater and I have not touched it. I'm about halfway through the body, and now that it's summer, I don't really have the drive to work on it, but I know probably towards the end of summer I'll want to pick it back up and work on it for the fall. And I would like to also enjoy it for either the fall or the winter. So I know if I just honed in, I could get it done, because I'm almost finished with the body. And then I just have the sleeves, which seem pretty simple. So I just need to push through that and I'll get there. But as far as projects go, that's all I'm working on right now. As far as reading, I am reading the Throne of Glass series. I've been like on and off with them. I like flew through the first 2 books, and then I kind of slowed down with the 3rd, and then got back into the 4th book and like could not put it down, and now I'm on the 5th book and it's so good. I love that series so much, and I need to keep going with it, because I said my goal was to read a lot more books this year. I kind of been taking a break from it. I have to be in the right mental space to read books, otherwise my mind is just. But yeah, I think that's all I have to chat about today, yarn wise. You can find me on Instagram at Stevie Yarn Co. I am on TikTok, but I'm not as active over there. And yeah, if you are into hand-dyed yarns and you would like to browse, I have my yarns up on Etsy. I can share that link, and I look forward to chatting with you guys again. Until next time,